Today to give you a BTC update, we're going to be starting off here on the short term on the hourly chart. As you can see here, guys, yesterday we were talking about the idea of a potential juicy money-making short position. Did that come in? Yes. Yes, god damn it did. It was really, really nice indeed. And technically, I am still short right now. Because I'm short on these longer term time frame. As you can see here, this is going to be the measure move down here, down to 39,000. I have taken quite a lot of my profit out already, right? Because it was very, very aggressive the way that it came down here. I got in here, I think it was the 15 minute or the 5 minute I got my entry. Let me have a little look here. My entry was around 45,000 there. Yeah, it was 45,000 just as we cleared the volume weighted ATR on the 15 minute. Got the candle body close here on the 5 minute. After that pullback coming through there, this is when I entered my position. My first take profit was at 44,800, and then I basically just staggered my take profits all the way down until we saw the completion of this measure move coming through around 3%, I think it was. Yes, it was around 3% there, but then I said to myself, hello, let's look at the other time frames, right? Because you can see that breakout is very correlative across multiple different chart patterns, across multiple different time frames, right? So that is a signification that we could actually be coming lower here for this potential measure move here on the longer term time frame, right? As you can see here, this is the measure move that we're going to be pulling down, and that's going to be around a 13.08% gain. So yes, I'm still riding this bad boy, and my stop loss is at entry. It's chilling. There's not a problem here. I think now with the state of where we're going, if we do come down to this 42,000 here, and we actually lose this support of 43k, then that's absolutely fine, right? That's absolutely fine, because what I'm going to do when that happens, I'm just going to start trailing my stop loss, right? Because if we do see any sort of major sorts of reversals coming through here on the shorter term time frames here, when we do see these lower highs that we've got set here, if we start to see these get sort of invalidated and congruent higher lows get set, then it's going to be a signification. It's going to be a sign that we are going to see a nice uptrend coming through, right? So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that does actually plan out, and how I'm going to manage that position on what's going to happen today, right? I mean, to be honest, it's still looking fairly bearish right now. And my reasoning behind this, guys, as you can see, we have seen that break. We've seen that short position get activated. Hopefully you guys actually did your own research and jumped in on that, because obviously, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here to help and educate, not to not to give you trades and stuff like that, right? But yeah, in terms of still looking bearish, guys, as you can see here, I have just drawn in a symmetrical triangle at the bottom side of this on the bottom side of this downtrend, right? And that is basically telling us that we could actually be seeing a symmetrical triangle chart pattern coming through here, because we do have higher lows being formed and also lower highs, creating a symmetrical triangle chart pattern at the bottom of a downtrend. A symmetrical triangle chart pattern at the bottom of a downtrend is a bearish pennant chart pattern, guys. It mutates. It's like a mutation of an NFT. The chart pattern mutates, and it basically is another form of confirmation that it is looking bearish, right? So if we are going to be losing around 42,750, this is the area that you could be looking for a little bit of a scalpy short, right? And when I say scalpy short, it's not going to be big at all, guys. It's really not going to be big. I just thought I'd just go into this just to show a bit of direction coming through there. As you can see, this is the measure move down that we could be looking for here, and this is the move here. It's going to be around a 1.32%. There's nothing too crazy, but still we are going to be staggering those take profits as we go, guys, because we know we've got bouncing in terms of reversal here from this horizontal, and also again from this low side coming through here. And then let's zoom out a little bit more here, because obviously we now need to take into consideration that I think it's the December the 4th filth coming through here, and that was that's bringing us down to let's bang a horizontal in there as well, and see if we can get some sort of directionary bounce from that as well. Because if we are going to see continuation down from this bearish pennant chart pattern coming through, then it's obviously going to be throwing us down in the dirty down to these sorts of areas, right? And if you do by any chance let this run, you could definitely be looking for a bounce. There's definitely going to be some sort of limit order here, guys, so please be aware. 42,000 is definitely going to be some sort of bounce point, or some sort of consolidation period for Bitcoin. I do think it's quite rare for us to just completely smash through an area like this after seeing such support on December the 4th, right? But we'll get into that on the longer term timeframes coming through there. Bit of T coming through there now. So that's pretty much what I would say about the short-term time frame right now. As I said, I'm still long. We did get a nice completion of the measure move here. Very nice. Sorry, I'm still short. We did get a nice. I am long as well on a few other exchanges, right? Don't forget that as well. But yeah, as you can see, we are looking for. We're looking for a bit more continuation, looking for around a 1.72% there. I mean, as I said, let's jump to, let's look at the RSI actually on the hourly, just because we were talking about the idea of swift rejections, swift bot rejections coming through from this downward sloping resistance line yesterday, guys. And this was one of my reasonings for some sort of dump coming through there for Bitcoin, a correctionary period. I didn't think that we'd actually tank it down as low as we did and smash through these insane levels in terms of this horizontal at 45.8 and just bang it all the way down to 42.5. I didn't think we'd go that far and that aggressive, but as you can see, the RSI trend lines did play out fairly perfectly indeed as well. In terms of what we are seeing in terms of divergences, I would say we did have a bit of a small it's very small, guys. It's very small. Don't get too excited because it's not the biggest thing in the world. We did have just looking off it straight away, and it's very tight actually, very tight. You can see just here, it's going to be a bullish divergence that we did have coming through there. So we've got a low here and then a higher low. We've got actually a low here and then a lower low here on the RSI. So let's change this to yellow because you know I like to do my divergences in yellow here. So you can see that we are in opposite directions coming through here, creating a bullish divergence. So that's probably why we are seeing a bit of upwards momentum coming through in terms of this micro downtrend coming through to the top side of this bearish pennant chart pattern, right? So yeah, that's what I would say about the RSI. We are still pretty overextended, guys. So that is basically telling us that we do need to have some sort of buyback coming through there. Whether that is going to be a breakout of this symmetrical triangle to the upside, or whether we're just going to range and then the RSI is going to be start trickling up, right? So yeah, there's a couple of things to be looking out for there today. Overall, we are pretty oversold there, guys. So yeah, just be prepared for some sort of chill out sort of area coming through there. Now, we are looking at this MACD coming through. We obviously set a very strong low here on the MACD. This could be a sign for a new trend cycle coming through there. And we know what we do with our trend cycles, guys. We do some sort of scenario like this, right? We use these trend lines for trend reversals coming through there, and as you can see, it does actually get respected a fair amount of the time, right? So it's definitely something that we can be using in terms of a tool. Now, the fact that we have set a really strong low here, the next downtrend that we do see coming through here, we're going to be looking for some sort of directionary. When we do see the direction actually change here for the trend, we're going to be looking for that trend line basically to be measured in, and then the next phase of that, usually the third or fourth phase for the cycle there for the MACD. This is when we're really going to be looking for some sort of direction for Bitcoin and some sort of prediction for the next trend reversal in terms of take profits and stop losses, etc. Amazing stuff there. But what I would say, we traced fairly strong, and to be honest, I'm not surprised after volume dropping off. But yeah, bullish crossover on the cards, guys. Bullish crossover on the cards. Whether it's going to be big or whether it's going to be small, it's more likely to be fairly tiny here, as you can see here from this cycle that we've got coming through. It's we've got definite resistance point coming through there, so it could just be a really tiny pathetic uptrend before a big another crash coming through. That's a sign that I would say is something to be looking out for. If we break this this trend line coming through here, this cycle, then it's going to be good. It's going to be a little bit more bullish, right? And then we could potentially be expecting some sort of break outside of the symmetrical triangle to the upside, maybe testing the volume weighted ATR band, maybe challenging this lower high here. Definitely a couple of things to be looking out for there on the short-term time frame there for Bitcoin. Now, let's move on to the mid-term time frame. As you can see here, we've bounced pretty juicily, pretty famously on the volume weighted ATR band, right? As I was saying a second ago, you can see the volume from yesterday, really quite aggressive, and it's pretty much chilled the F out right now. It's chilling out. There's not really that much going on. As I said, I would expect some sort of ranging or something to correct the RSI coming through on the short-term time frame, right? But yes, as you can see, we have bounced pretty nicely off the volume weighted ATR band. So that is an inclination. It's an inclination that we could actually be having a nice bit of a bounce here. You can see the bounce that we do see on this, even after a bit of consolidation like so. It's definitely something to be taken into consideration as well there, guys. And also, in terms of fear and greed index, we are pretty extremely fearful at the moment. So we definitely need to we definitely need to take that into consideration from a whale's perspective here, whether they are going to bang it up quickly, use this opportunity to get their orders in, or yeah, it's just a possibility that we need to be weighing up here. But yeah, volume weighted data are heavily respected there. If we do see progression to the upside, we need to not forget that we do have this trend line coming through here. We've got this downward sloping. It is a support line here, guys, but we need to take into consideration we are on the lower side of it, so it is going to be acting as resistance. So yeah, we need to, the resistance that I would be looking at here is going to be 43,777 there, and that is pretty much lining up famously with this, the most recent lower high on the short-term time frame, right? So there's a couple of things to be telling us that we are going to see resistance coming through from 43,700 area if we do see a bit of a pump to the upside here for Bitcoin, but that is going to mean a significant breakout coming through from this bearish pennant chart pattern on the short-term time frame, right? But yeah, we were looking for some sort of long position coming through here. As you can see, there's some sort of long position coming through here for Bitcoin. We did speak about a trap zone coming through as well on the top side here, and that's why we weren't thinking about getting into that, getting involved with that, and we were looking to really clear all these major moving averages as well. Unfortunately, no, we didn't get that. And what are we seeing now, guys? Let's get rid of this for a second. What are we seeing now? We're seeing all major moving averages right here. We've got the 10 simple, the 21, the price action channel, and also the 55 and the 200 EMA coming through there. You can see what are these doing right now. They're getting further apart, right? They're getting further apart, and when that happens, it basically shows the strength of a trend, right? So it basically needs to tell it. We basically need to use this information, because the further that these bad boys get apart, the more chance of continuation to the downside, right? So there's definitely something to be taken into consideration there. Here on the short-term time frame, should we have a little look at the DMI, the Directional Movement Index, coming through? Bring that up. We know the levels to be looking out for here are the 20 and the 25. ADX on the rise, and to be honest, no surprise, because obviously we have seen insane price action to the downside, right? And that obviously brings up the ADX, because it is on the strength of the trend. The higher that this goes, the more chances for continuation to the downside, guys. So please remember that if we clear this 25 zone, then it's going to be looking ever so famously for probably a bounce coming down again off 43,750 area, and then probably continuation down. When I say continuation down, December the 4th dump, 42K, is probably most likely on the cards here, right? It probably is most likely on the cards. So yeah, please be aware for that. Another point to be looking out for there is going to be the retest of this volume weighted ATR band as we come down like so, right? Yeah, that's what I would say about the midterm. And yeah, it's pretty much going to end the BTC update there, I think. In terms of the short position on the longer term time frame, right? This is what we are going to be looking for in terms of target prices there. In terms of take profits, my next take profit is going to be December the 4th dump, 42,000 area, and then we've got another take profit, 41,004, and then probably going to bang another one in there actually. Yeah, probably going to bang another one in there actually, around 40,800, that sort of area, and then also 39,690 is going to be the final take profit for this 13% move to the downside, right? Now, if we lose this area here at 40,755, if we lose that, yes, it's going to be really quite bad, because you can see the progression to the downside from this zone. It's really, really quite rough, right? Hopefully we can find support. That's going to be ideal. But if not, please be aware we could be in line to be setting new lows here for Bitcoin. And we know what that basically means for the altcoins, guys. You're going to be going to the goddamn floor, right? So yeah, just be prepared for that. But remember, being calm, be collected. This is why we weigh up all opportunities here, because I know a lot of people were feeling really bullish yesterday, and they're feeling really bullish yesterday, and it was like, right, okay, let's weigh up all different scenarios here, because we're going to be profiting either way it goes, right? And that's the beautiful thing about weighing up all scenarios there. You're going to be profiting no matter which way you go. But yeah, that's going to be your BTC update for the day today.